Good morning, students. I hope you are doing good. Children, today we'll start a new chapter. That is our third chapter, The Age of Revolution. Revolutions in America and France. The late 18th century was a period of revolution in America and France. The American Revolution from 1775 to 1783 was a momentous historical milestone which inspired the people of other countries to overthrow their colonial masters and paved the path to democracy and self-government. The French Revolution from 1789 to 1799 was another path-breaking historical landmark. It was political, social, and economic in nature and ended the rule of hereditary kings. It also strengthened and empowered the middle class, gave hope to the poor and downtrodden people of society, and introduced democratic ideas and the ideals in France. Now we will study about the American War of Independence. The American War of Independence, or the American Revolution, was the first organized political revolution in the history of the world. It was the first organized political organization in the world history. It led to the birth of the United States of America as a nation, the end of autocratic rule, the establishment of a democratic form of government. Causes of the American War of Independence. The discovery of the American continent, the New World, was followed by the establishment of permanent European settlements in the 16th century. 13 British colonies had been established along the east coast of North America. These colonies were under the control of the British government, which gave them considerable liberty to manage local affairs, but kept a tight control on economic policies. There was a tight control on economic policies. By the mid of 18th century, these 13 colonies had developed into prosperous agricultural settlements, mainly in the south, with small but flourishing industries in the north and a thriving overseas trade. There was unjust and exploitative administration. Each colony had its own assembly, elected by the people of the colony, but the government of the colony was appointed by the British government. There was heavy taxation. The British government collected heavy taxes from them and imposed many restrictions on their business and commerce. These restrictions greatly hampered the economic development of these colonies. Social and cultural differences. Over the years, the colonists had developed a distinct identity of their own, an American identity that aspired for freedom to grow and develop as a separate, independent nation. See, what was the influence of European philosophers? The American revolutionaries were greatly influenced by the ideas of the European philosophers, who inspired them to fight for liberty. These European philosophers inspired them to fight for their liberty. The demand for representation in the British Parliament gave way to the demand for total freedom from the British rule. The American War of Independence was sparked off by an incident known as the Boston Tea Party. In 1773, a group of colonists disguised as Native Americans, they raided the British ships in Boston Harbor and they threw 340 crates of tea into the sea. Why did they do this? This incident was a protest against the new taxes, including a tax on tea imposed on the colony. So this was the protest against the taxes. The beginning of the war. The representatives of the colonies met in Philadelphia in 1774 and appealed to the British ruler. These representatives, they appealed to the British ruler King George III to withdraw all unjust and oppressive act. The king regarded this as an act of rebellion and declared war on the colonists. Fighting broke out in Lexington and conquered in April 1775. The colonists in April 1775. The colonists chose George Washington as commander-in-chief of their troops. The Declaration of Independence contained revolutionary ideas and proclaimed that all men are born equal. What did the Declaration of Independence contain? It contained that all men are born equal and are endowed with certain fundamental rights, such as the rights to life and liberty and the pursuit of happiness. Now, we will study about the birth of the United States of America. The war ended in 1781 with the defeat of the British forces. In 1781, the war ended and it defeated the British forces. In 1783, the Treaty of Paris was signed. It was signed between the British government and the colonists. According to this treaty, the British government recognized the independence of the 13 colonies, which came to be known as the United States of America. In about 200 years, United States of America transformed itself into the most powerful country in the world. The 4th of July is celebrated as the American Independence Day. Children, now we will learn about the results of the American War of Independence. See, the American War of Independence ended the British rule in the American colonies and led to the emergence of the United States of America. A written constitution was framed. A federal democratic republican government was set up. In 1789, George Washington was elected the first president of the United States of America. The Constitution of the United States of America has served as a model and an inspiration to several countries. See, the Constitution of America has served as an inspiration to many other countries, including India. The framers of the Indian Constitution adopted various features like the federal form of government, the incorporation of fundamental rights like the American Bill of Rights, and the system of checks and balances. Children, we studied about the American Revolution. Now we will study about the French Revolution. The French Revolution of 1789 was a milestone and a major turning point in human history. In human history, it was a major turning point. It revolutionized the social, economic and political fabric not only of France but of all Europe and of almost the entire world. See, what were the causes of the French Revolution? The causes were unequal, unjust social order. To understand the nature of this momentous event, we must examine the features of the ancient regime. The French society was divided into three main classes called estates. The first estate consisted of the clergyman, that means of the church officials. The first estate consisted of the clergy. The second estate consisted of the nobles and their families. And the third state was composed of 95% of the population. It included, this population included the peasants, artisans, workers and the middle class, consisting of merchants, manufacturers and professionals such as lawyers, doctors, teachers, etc. See, the first and the second estates enjoyed numerous privileges. The people of the first and second estate, they enjoyed numerous privileges. They owned all the land in France, but they did not have to pay any taxes. They had the land, but they did not pay any taxes. They were very wealthy and led a comfortable and luxurious life. These people, they enjoyed all the comfort. They were wealthy and they led comfortable and luxurious life. And the third state people shouldered the entire burden of taxation. They had all the burden of taxation. Who had? The third estate people. And they were not entitled to any of the privileges. Means they were not given any privileges enjoyed by the clergy and the nobles. The privileges that the nobles and the clergy enjoyed, the third state people were not given these. Taxes were imposed on everything, including basic necessities like salt. Their life was very hard, especially for the poor peasants who had to pay additional taxes to their feudal lords. Growing power of the middle class. See, the French merchants, traders, manufacturers, lawyers, doctors, teachers, and other professionals had acquired great wealth and they became economically powerful in the 18th century. But they were denied social equality and political rights. The revolutionary writings and ideas of great political philosophers created an intellectual ferment in France. The middle class was greatly inspired by the revolutionary ideas of liberty, equality, fraternity, and popular sovereignty. An autocratic absolute monarchy. See here, what does autocratic mean? Autocratic means bossy or dominating, and monarchy means a nation ruler by hereditary rights. The French king was an autocrat. He enjoyed all the powers and his will was law. There was no one to check on his powers. The parliament did not check any of his power. He ruled the divine right and was answerable to God and not to the people. The administration was corrupt and inefficient. The officials were selfish and unconcerned about the welfare of the people. The officials, they were very selfish and they were not concerned about the welfare of the people. King Louis was pleasure loving and extravagant. He was completely ignorant of and indifferent to the sufferings of the common man, and was greatly influenced by his beautiful and ambitious wife Marie Antoinette. Together they wasted money on festivities and pleasures and emptied the royal treasury. See, the king, he was pleasure loving and he was influenced by his beautiful and ambitious wife, and they wasted money on festivities and pleasure and they ignorant to the sufferings of the common man. Influence of the American Revolution. The French generals and soldiers who had fought in the American Revolution returned to France. They returned to France with revolutionary ideas and inspired the people to fight against their unjust government. The success of the American revolutionaries enthused the French people and encouraged them to rebel. The storming of the Bastille on 17 June 1789. The members of the Third Estate declared that the Third State would constitute itself as the National Assembly. On 20th June 1789, the members of the Third Estate met at a tennis court and took an oath not to separate until a new constitution was drawn up for France. See, the members of the third estate met at a tennis court and they took a oath that they will not be separate until a new constitution was drawn up for France. This was known as the tennis court oath. The storming of the Bastille symbolized the victory of the people of France and the fall of monarchy. It marked the beginning of the revolution. 14 July is celebrated as a national holiday in France. The newly formed National Assembly, consisting of the representatives of the Third Estate, took over the control of the affairs of France. By 1791, a new constitution was drawn up for France. Louis and the Queen tried to escape to Germany, but were captured and later publicly executed. Monarchy was abolished and France became a democratic republic. Now we will study the results of the French Revolution. See, the Declaration of the Rights of Man and Citizen established the following principles. All men are born free and have equal rights. That means everyone is equal in the eyes of law. Every citizen is entitled to freedom of speech and expression, religion and fair trial. Liberty, equality, fraternity, the battle cry of the revolution, became the guiding principles of the French Republic. The Revolution of 1789 marked the end of the absolute monarchy. So, these were the results of the French Revolution. Napoleon Bonaparte, the central figure during the Revolutionary War in France, was Napoleon Bonaparte. He was a brilliant and ambitious general in the French army. After seizing political power in France in 1799, he crowned himself the Emperor of France in 1804. By 1810, he had become the master of all Europe and unified it. By 1814, the people of Europe, inspired by a spirit of nationalism, rose in rebellion against Napoleon. In 1815, Napoleon was defeated in the Battle of Waterloo and exiled to the lonely island of Saint Helena, where he died in 1821. Napoleon was dead, but his legacy lived on. Influence of the French Revolution outside France. The revolutionary ideas of the French Revolution spread to all European countries. The slogans of liberty, equality and fraternity became the guiding principles of the people all over the world. It inspired mass movements all over the world and instilled the spirit of nationalism among people. In the middle of the 19th century, the revolutionary principles of liberty, equality, and fraternity had an impact on India as well. Indian nationalists imbibed these principles and developed a democratic and nationalist outlook. A national movement for freedom was launched, culminating in India's independence from British rule in 1947. See, children, with this we end our third chapter. Read the chapter properly and try to understand all the points. Thank you.